À Bouffe Bio, notre mission est à fournir une banque alimentaire verte et durable avec une concentration sur les produits biologiques et le bénévolat. Nous voulons promouvoir la participation communale dans un endroit qui aurait des effets positifs sur l'environnement et NDI.
Bonjour, mon nom est Jane. Je suis la personne PR. PR signifie la relation publique. Mon travail est à faire de notre organisation l'air bien, parler avec la presse et maintenir une image publique positive pour notre organisation. Elle a besoin d'être bonne à l'écriture et la parole en public.
First of all, we have local flyers, and this is a small community, so local flyers have an impact. Somebody sees a flyer at the supermarket, the drugstore, the bank, the hardware store, the post office. It's not only that one person that sees it, they tell 2 or 3 other people. All right, so we always have flyers in local, especially, in the winter, people see them when they come in.
Je m'appelle Lily. Je suis la nutritionniste. Je cherche l'information de la nourriture que nous servons. Si quelque chose n'est pas là, ajoutez la nourriture que nous sommes oubliant. Chaque jour, le repas doit avoir un fruit, un légume, du pain et de viande. Aussi, le repas doit avoir 1000 calories. Si le repas a besoin d'une catégorie, je notifie le chef. Mon salaire est $12 par heure et je travaille 30 heures chaque semaine.
We have 3 or 4 criteria for choosing. Okay, number one, we always want to use local food if we can. Okay, all right. So if local food's available, we use it. Okay. So in the fall, we have lots of there's local vegetables and fruits available, and whatever, or there's local chicken farmers and they give us chicken, so we're going to make something with the chicken, whatever. All right, so we use local food when available. That's one. The second criterion is we want to do things that pretty much we can do from scratch and that are, nutritious. We don't do fried foods. We don't do foods that have high fat content. All right. The third criterion is we always want to have variation, so we always want to have a vegetarian option and a gluten-free option, as well as food for, as one gentleman said, we have a little bit of a kind of a vegetarian bias because of the way we started.
Je dois créer les repas nutritifs avec les ingrédients bio. Je dois cuisiner les repas avec les bénévoles. Je dois faire 2 repas de jour. Aussi, je dois mener les bénévoles dans la cuisine. Je suis payé 12 € pour l'heure. Travailler à la Bouffe Bio, on a besoin d'avoir une bonne attitude parce que nous aidons les personnes qui ont besoin d'aide. Il faut aussi savoir cuisiner.
Okay. All right. Gleaning there's 2 kinds of gleaning. Okay. Gleaning on the farm is you harvest your vegetables or your fruits or whatever, and now there's all this stuff that's laying on the ground or that's not harvestable. Supermarkets, when lettuce gets a little old and brown, they get rid of it. One market, or better yet, go around to the manager and say, hey, instead of putting your stuff in the dumpster, we'll come around with a truck and we'll take it. Okay,
Bonjour, je m'appelle Andy Gallup et je cherchais la nourriture pour Bouffe Bio. J'ai besoin de chercher de l'aide des membres de la communauté pour donner la nourriture. J'ai besoin d'être sympa et charismatique ou manipulateur si les jeunes ne veulent pas donner la nourriture pour notre entreprise. Je dois aller obtenir la nourriture dans les fermes, les restes de restaurants et placer les baskets dans les supermarchés. Finalement, je prendrai la nourriture au Bouffe Bio.
As most of our gleaning is from the farms, so this summer we got tons of apples. this fall we got tons of apples and tons of carrots. So we make lots of things with apples and carrots. Okay, so because they're available to us, we have them and we have freezer space. So our food choices, we have certain philosophy. We want something healthy and nutritious. We want that variation of vegan, vegan, and meat for people. We want to use local things, and then we use what we have on hand because it's been donated or gleaned or it's relatively inexpensive. Okay.
Je m'appelle Maddie. Je suis chargée de purification de facilités, mais le niveau de hygiène n'est pas pour employer les inspections et acheter le supply de purification. Je suis payé $11 l'heure. Je dois le travailler 13-5 heures par semaine.
How do you guys ensure the quality of the food that you receive that way?
Just by looking at it. If the carrots look good, we'll use them. Okay, that's really it. I mean, we know the farm,
right,
and we know the product. That's just it. Because it's a hands-on situation.
Je dois trouver les bénévoles pour bouffe bio. C'est important de faire sûr que les bénévoles ont expérience avec aider les autres gens. Les bénévoles doivent cuisiner et être responsables dans la cuisine. Il y a responsabilité pour les bénévoles comme sont dévoyer et nettoyer. Je dois organiser les bénévoles et assigner les emplois. Je regarderai que tout le travail est fini en temps.
People in the kitchen have a good time, as you can see. And by the way, we have lots of volunteers. And it's basically, and we don't have like volunteer badges. We have Volunteer Appreciation Day, but nobody shows up. The only reason people, because they're too busy, the only reason people volunteer is because they love being here. That's it. They love being here, and that's why they volunteer. That's what we have going for us. Okay. So anyway, there's a camaraderie. They like being functional. They like seeing how successful it is, how much people enjoy the food, what we do, and they like working with one another. And and mostly it's in the winter when you're not busy anyway. And so that's why people volunteer.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Evelyn. Vous devez gérer de l'argent pour bouffe bio. C'est important que nous dépensions d'argent sur choses importantes. Vous devez trouver bons employés pour travailler à bouffe bio. Qui trouver des bénévoles, vous êtes le top honcho, vous voyez le café enterprise.
Okay, so we have 3 sources, and the third is the most important, and I haven't talked about it at all, okay? The first source is just people come to our Thursday events, and there's a box there. If they want to put money in the box, they put money in the box. And that sometimes pays for the food, sometimes doesn't. It certainly doesn't pay for overhead or whatever. But actually this year we've been getting enough donations, it sort of pays for the food for that day. All right. Fundraisers are different. Our community events is you just come, if you want to put money in the box, fine. In fundraisers, there's a specific goal to raise money, and there's usually a suggested donation at the door. You guys are all familiar with this. There'll be stuff at the American Legion Hall, the this, or that. Fundraising is that's like generic on the island. That's in everything, like on the island works that way. So, for example, our brunch, which is going to be a super luxurious gala brunch, we have a $15 suggested donation. That's very high for us.